Hello and welcome back to SMG Winter Special. We are here for event number 7, Duo Biathlon, but it's another portal leading the way with a 10-point lead ahead of the Blue Crabs. And we see an example run by the Pineapple pair, new duo team for the upcoming SMG GP tournament. It's the first official reveal, I would say. As they go down the course, it looks like pair was going down the and will get a shot of 10, though it is just, instead of shooting, it's more of balancing at the end. The time is scored. If you don't know how biathlon works, it is the time in the grab tracks is scored, and then 10 seconds are added on, but the shot is subtracted from the 10 seconds to get and added to the time to get your final score. Our hosts start us off, the red-nosed reindeer going on with, I believe, Rudolph and Cupid. Cupid's, they're not going to get a great shot, but Rudolph does, but only the second marble's shot counts. So it will be a 19.12, a very disappointing time for the red-nosed reindeer. I did not see what Pineapple pair got, so we're going to have to see the Stonewall Sentinels. Seems to be a slow transition, but they're a bit faster here, and they're going to miss the shot completely. They're going to get a 0 and get 10 seconds added on, a 20.5. Goes in the P2 out of 2, unsurprisingly. Seemed to have a faster grab attraction, but just added a whole second on with that terrible balancing section. Toxic tubes with radiation starting us off and poison. Bit of a slow start, but they're making up some ground and a solid contact. Off to the balancing, and they're going to do a bit better. Yes, a 15.5 and a shot of 5. P1. Play well ahead of the teams. Good transition and balance, but obviously the balancing doesn't count now. Blue Crabs, the team in second in the standings, sending Seafood and Atlantic. Seafood has a bit of a slower start, but what can Atlantic do? Oh, that transition. Seafood had a hard time getting to that transition, but Atlantic's actually going to make the ground back up with a great shot, and that goes in the P2, another 15-second time. But 10.89 for their time. That's not a great time. Flavor setting orange and mango. Another team towards the top of the order, I believe. A bit faster than some of the other teams. And they get a shot around 4. Cost them a 16.78. Actually, the time was slower than I thought. A 10.78 is not very, I wouldn't say bad, but it's not very fast either. Now, Team Mariana, Ravine and Pressure, the reserve in this event. But Ravine starts us off, and they seem to be pretty quick. Another great transition, and Pressure is way ahead. And it's a good balance, too. I don't know. It's going to be 2-1. 13.06. A shot of 7. They just barely missed the 8 mark. It cost them a whole second, but it's still way ahead of the rest of the field. Chocolate candies, Kit Kat, and Snickers here in run number 7. Bit of a slower start than Team Mariana, but still a very fast time so far. Kit Kat gets stuck, and it's going to be a very similar run to Team Mariana, to the P2 out of 7. Just a few hundredths back from some of the other runs. Puts them in second, so Charge and Tempest for the Velvet Voltage as we approach the halfway mark in Biathlon. And a much cleaner transition. looks like Charge is trying to push Tempest further, and it's not going to do too well in the shot. Actually, they will still get a 9, but it's not going to send them quite to the end, but it doesn't matter if it's 10-67. It's going to send them in the P1. Oh, Aquatic and Dive from the Penguin Pack. A team in the middle to lower standings so far, and it seems to be a decently fast first half and a good transition around the corner. They're going to get a 10. Yeah, they were pretty fast here, slowed down a bit, and then just got a great line through that slower section, which had some other teams get tripped up, and Penguin Pack over to T1. And they're guaranteed a top half result with Skiers Moose sending Horn and Beer now. Horn gets a little bit out of sorts in that section I was referring to, Penguin Pack, and yeah, but their time won't be scored. It's 11-13, another run that goes into P2. Blizzard and Chill, the captain of the Winter Winds. But Blizzard seems to have a really fast start. Lower on that bridge section, and they're gonna, they slow down a ton on that lower ending, and they're not gonna get a full shot. It's only, I thought it would be 8, but it's only a shot of 7. They're gonna go in 15-15 is not great. Still beats out teams like the Stonewall Sentinels, but it's only mid-pack. Now Nether Portal, the championship leaders with Ash and Netherite, can they keep the lead and possibly get a championship in their first ever competition? Is looking like it right now. They seem to have a fast transition, but they miss. They miss, and there's going to be a 1971 P11. It looked so promising at the start. They got past that technical sector, they bounce off the wall, and just it all falls apart for the Portals. Frozen Flyers sending Woodpecker and Robin. They seem to have a nice bounce off each other in that section, and they're going to get a shot of 10, go another P2. 10-53. A perfect transition right there, and then see they go right in the center, and it looks like the teammates pushed each other to get to the end, which is a great strategy. No one else has done that before. Snowflakes of Winter and I think Snowball. Interesting separation, and they're going to actually stop in the middle of the course, and that will be scored as an 8. 10-56, which puts them at a 12-56. 10 minus 8 added on to the 10-56, which is 12.56. Now Scare and Fear for the Ghostbusters. They were hanging around in towards the back of the standings for most of this league. It started to climb up recently, and they could be climbing up here. And they will. They're going to get a shot of 10. 10.52. There's also Penguin Pack and the Ghostbusters are guaranteed medals here. But what can the Riptide Rapids do to stop Tidal and Wave in the final run? Tidal with an okay to start, but a ton of separation between the members. They need to have a good shot here, and they do. They get a 10. Both marbles actually get a 10. And it's a 10.97. They missed the podium, but still a great point fall for the Riptide Rapids. They have been needing that recently. Now let's see the standings. Penguin Pack obviously get the win. Stonewall Sentinel finishing last. And Red Nosed Reindeer
The hosts finished in 14th, Nether Portal 15th, but congratulations to Penguin Pack, Ghostbusters, and Frozen Flyers for making the podium, and the Frozen Flyers take back the lead 2 points ahead of the Nether Portal. Blue Crabs fall down to 3rd. Red Nose Reindeer, that poor results still don't move any spots, but if we look, Penguin Pack and Ghostbusters up 6 and 4, and I'll see you for event number 8, Snowboard Cross.